Two high-ranking defense officials have been named as suspects in a fraud case by Ukrainian prosecutors. The two were informed that their case is being looked into for embezzlement of state funds and obstruction of the armed forces of Ukraine's lawful activities. The approximately $28 million issue concerns the purchase of winter uniforms from a Turkish company, which has been connected by Ukrainian media to a leader of the political party of President Zelensky. Alexei Reznikov, the previous Minister of Defense, denied claims in August that uniforms had been purchased at exorbitant costs. However, Ukraine has faced significant challenges in combating corruption as a requirement of the West's reforms for EU membership. In Ankara, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with his Turkish colleague and expressed his confidence that Sweden's NATO membership would advance. The fact that Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan presented the ratification protocol to Parliament, according to Blinken, was highly encouraging for Washington. He also mentioned that there was a shared commitment to ensure that Sweden joined the alliance. He stated, "I would anticipate that we'll see that come to pass." Extended neutral following Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year, Sweden and Finland submitted applications to join NATO. But while Sweden's application was stalled by Turkey and Hungary, Finland's was accepted in April. Slovakia's new Prime Minister Robert Fico, who pledged to halt the country's military aid to Ukraine, says he has no intention of preventing private defense company exports. "We have communicated very clearly and I want to communicate, we are talking about weapons, about ammunition from Slovak army storage, about state material," Fico said after an inaugural meeting with Defense Minister Robert Kalinak. "When some company wants to make weapons and send them somewhere, nobody is going to obstruct that." Before winning the recent election, Fico ran a campaign criticizing Western support for Ukraine, sanctions on Russia, and U.S. foreign policy. Slovakia's previous center-right government was a staunch backer of Kyiv and supplied fighting vehicles, an S-300 air defense system, and MiG-29 jets. Ukraine's president denied the war with Russia has turned into a stalemate as its months-long counteroffensive to regain territory appears stalled. "Indeed, the situation is difficult, but I don't think this is a stalemate," President Zelensky said in an interview with Meet the Press. "They thought that they would checkmate us, but this didn't happen." Neither Russia nor Ukraine has made any significant territorial gains for almost a year, and Kyiv's top army commander said last week the war had become a stalemate. However, there has been fierce combat, with both sides reporting significant casualties. According to Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, his troops were continuing to conduct an active defense, inflicting effective damage on the enemy as of last week. High-rise buildings in the Suvorov neighborhood were struck by a Russian Kh-31 missile, according to the governor of the Kherson region in Ukraine. Alexander Proudkin posted on Telegram, stating that 4 residences sustained damage, with one having a collapsed roof. "It was a miracle nobody was hurt more gravely." Private homes were also destroyed. A 54-year-old woman came under fire and was diagnosed with a wound from the explosive and a shoulder injury. Ukraine's arms manufacturer is building long-range attack drones and will increase its overall weapons output by 62% by year-end. Ukroboronprom chief Herman Smetnin says it began production of the unmanned aerial vehicle, similar to Iran's Shahed-136, with a range of 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles. "If we talk about volumes, we will increase our output by 62% in the 4 quarters of 2023 compared to last year," Smetnin said in an interview with the Ukrainska Pravda. "We have an analog of the Shahed and there are also more powerful models because the Shahed does not fly so far. Now we are focused on producing more complex and expensive projects with high performance." According to Finland's Ministry of Economy, Russia is now fixing a damaged communications cable in the Baltic Sea. State-owned Rostelecom owns a 1,000-kilometer, 620-mile, cable that spans the southern Baltic Sea from St. Petersburg to Kaliningrad. Last month, damage was also done to a gas pipeline that connected Finland and Estonia to 2 additional telecom cables. It's unclear, though, if the Russian outage had anything to do with the other instances. According to the Finnish border guard, they are keeping an eye on a Russian salvage ship that is being repaired. President Zelensky has informed a U.S. broadcaster that he will not entertain talks with Russia, even in the face of some international pressure to do so.